Everybody, it's Matt Fury from Avid here at NAMM 2019. We got all kinds of amazing presentations going on all day long, every day. One of those amazing presentations, which unfortunately you missed because you're not here, is with this man, DJ Swivel, Grammy-winning producer, mixer. You know, I came by your presentation. I was blown away by the stuff you were talking about. I'm going to admit it. Frankly, I was a little scared because you get really deep. You go into some really, a lot of layers, a lot of different tools and plugins that you use. If you had to break it down for somebody, just at the most basic level, like, this is my approach to mixing.
I mean, for me, my approach to mixing is balance, pan, EQ compression, and that's it. I think one of the things I really try to stress in the song that I showed is you don't need to put a million plugins on every channel. If you pick good sounds and you arrange it properly and you create a good production, the mix should really happen quite easily. And so 90 to 95% of my mixes is volume, pan, EQ compression, and then a little bit of reverb and stuff like that. But really, that's about it. It's not about throwing 9 plugins on anything. It's really about the simplicity of it.
It seems like you could really, as a mixer or engineer, just really go down a rabbit hole on a certain track. Like, you start messing with all kinds of plugins and stuff. Do you find that it's best just to do, like, listen, I'm gonna get the foundation of this mix right, and then I'll go noodle, or do you like to just dial in a sound just to the right point first?
I mix sort of organically, so I start listening to a demo, and then I just start going. And a lot of times that means starting with the drums. Sometimes it means starting with the vocal. But it's just whatever I feel needs to be addressed first. Whatever the first problem that I hear in my mind is, I start attacking that. And then I just work my way through every problem that I hear, or every way that I can maybe enhance. It might not even be a problem, but how can I make it just a little more interesting, a little cooler? And then I'll go through that. So it's just sort of I'll just run through the song several times, and then by the time I've gone through 3 or 4 passes, I feel like I've got the mix in a really good place.
So you find when you're talking to, and I don't want to say kids, but let's say kids, people just starting out, what are some of the more common mistakes they might make in their approach to mixing?
I mean, the thing that I've found most in my career, and I've done a lot of student mentorship and things like that, is you see young engineers, producers, throwing just every plug-in, just throwing the whole kitchen sink at a kick drum, and that's really not necessary. I find you can just find a better kick drum, and now your song, all the problems that you're trying to solve with all of these plugins are solved by simply just picking a better kick drum. And so that's my philosophy in making records. My philosophy in mixing a record is, if the kick that's there isn't working for me, I'll just replace it myself. I'll take the time and I'll act like the producer there, and I'll say, this kick is going for doing what you wanted, but without all the other problems that this first kick had. So that's always been my philosophy: is pick good sounds and minimize the amount of work you have to do on the back end.
A lot of pros like yourself that get so busy and are so in demand don't have a lot of time to invest in learning new tricks, techniques, new technology. How do you find the time to, within that busy work schedule, like, dig into new things like we're showing here at NAMM?
I mean, for me, like, I kind of have my zone of things that I'm always working on. There's always a new plugin, there's always a new toy. I try it when I get around to it. And then opportunities like being at NAMM, as I get to walk around and see, what everybody's doing, what's everybody excited about, what's Avid doing this year, what's their focus, That's what's exciting about being here and having all of these guys in one space, in one hall. And so, yeah, for me, it's like these are the opportunities where I get to, like, figure out, what should I try next?
Well, it was a really incredible presentation that you gave. You broke down your mix and just, like I said, it was just overwhelming at times, but you really did a great job of just bringing it down to, like, let's just follow this step by step. And we can't thank you enough for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me.
So there's DJ Swivel. He was here with us at NAMM 2019 doing an awesome session. You probably missed it, but there's going to be more of these kind of things. If you download the Avid Link app, you can watch them live from wherever you are, and then learn a thing or two. Who knows? So download that app.